In January of 1881, President Rutherford B. Hayes, by executive order, formally declared 157,376 acres west of Spokane the Spokane Indian Reservation. This was to be the new and smaller home of the Spokane tribe. This was the land where the Spokane tribe was to live, hunt, and fish for generations to come. But then, in 1953, uranium was discovered on the reservation, and in 1955, uranium mining began at the Midnite Mine and continued for 26 years.
It started out as a small operation, and the company was called Dawn Mining, and these two gentlemen were actually looking for gold, and then somehow they found uranium. Later on, Newmont Gold Company got involved, and they're currently the largest gold mining company in the world.
Now they've dug this pit down to the highest grade ore, and then they leave it open, contaminating everybody, the highest grade ore there is in this country, and they leave it open, contaminating us for years, until now that we forced them or had them get this Superfund cleanup. Well, that's still taking a few years to clean up, so we're all sitting around this. The animals go there and drink the water, eat it. We eat the animals, we're contaminated more.
There's no fencing around the site. For 15 or 20 years after the mine was closed and shut down, there wasn't even any water control or water cleanup done at all. It flowed straight to the Spokane River and then to the Columbia.
And this radiation here don't just affect our tribe, it goes into the streams. And I'm a hunter, and I don't no longer hunt around both the mills or fish down the streams that's right close to those mills, eat the fish or anything.
And after they were shut down, the reason was a drop in the price of uranium. And it happened across the country where companies would just pull out and leave the sites as is. Up there at the mine site now, you can go into the empty offices and see paperwork on the floor, file cabinets left there. The machinery was just left. There's stockpiles of ore that were ready to be shipped out, and because the price was so low, they ended up just leaving the ore there. And so across the country, this drop in uranium prices led to the companies just pulling out, and it became non-profitable to mine. So they left sites as is and abandoned them.
We had acid, chloride spills out there, and all they would do is it'd go down to ground, and they'd take it and just wash it down into the parking lot, and then it washed down into the Spokane River. And then it travels on down through the Spokane, through the Columbia, contaminates everybody downstream through there. So it's not only contaminating us, it's contaminating all the people around us too, people downstream.
I was on a 14-year hiatus there. When I wasn't on the council, I wasn't that much involved. When I was out, I thought that was all in place going on. When I got on the council last year, almost a year ago now, to find out that EPA is just now coming up with the plan after all that time, and on all those gallons of water that have accumulated up there and drained down into the Spokane arm, I'm surprised that there hasn't been a bigger push to get that taken care of. So I can't answer what happened in that time period. But when I left, when I was on the council, at that time we started the fight, or the movement, I guess, to get that reclaimed.
And then there was years ago they used some of that ore to do our driveways. They used some of that supposed to have been waste, but then their waste that was at Midnite was hotter than the high-grade ore that Western Nuclear used to do. We were going to use Midnite's waste and haul it straight across over to Western Nuclear. So then that waste was higher than the high-grade we used over in Western Nuclear. So then it was high-grade ore. It shouldn't have been used in our driveways. It shouldn't have been brought out anywhere.
On the reservation, The main indicator of health is the fact that our elders are gone. And so that's the first indicator, is that we have a huge loss of our elder population. And there's all kinds of different cancers, emphysema, lung problems, kidney problems, and that type of thing.
I just know what's done to me and my tribe all my life. And like I say, I've been a grave digger all my life. I see my people die, and I see them hurt and all that, and get crippled up more and more, and then I got to bury them. And see a lot of my people aching, sore, rheumatism, and that are healthy, like my cousin Janie Abrahamson. They grew up just down the stream from the Don mining plant and stuff, and she's having a lot of problems now. A lot of the rest of the families there are having problems with the aches and pains. I do myself, but I just keep it going. Like I say, I've been a grave digger for my tribe for many years, buried hundreds of my people, and had to see my people suffer. And what I consider the government knew what was happening, I think, and they really didn't care what they were doing to us.
Mine workers were not adequately informed about the hazards of working with radioactive materials, and as a result, they unknowingly contaminated themselves as well as their families. The long-term exposure to radiation to this day continues to wreak havoc on the Spokane tribe.